There we go, there we go, there we go, right? Everything looking good. Looking good. I think we're online. Fully operational. All right. Here we are. So I love the clickbait crap title. I mean, yeah, title and thumbnail. Exactly as predicted. I don't really feel that way. Even when a prediction comes true, it's never exactly as predicted. But hey, man, it's funny to write, so there we are. Let's see. We did have some good hits here. Yesterday, took some time off, worked on the patron stuff, did a little sleeping, got a little overloaded from the last few days, but we're back. Wasn't really even planning on streaming today, but Bitcoin making moves here. We're seeing across the market, coins doing stuff. It's good. It's a good thing. We want to see volatility. The only thing we don't want to see really is the lack of volatility. It's not as good. I know it might be painful to watch your precious, precious bags move up and down, but it's part of the game, guys. Further you pull back the arrow, the bow, the faster, farther it launches forward. Don't fear the downside. We're going to get into the technicals here. Just going to give everybody a little bit of time to roll on in. Looks like we got about 160 watching. Not bad. Not bad for a few seconds into the show. Awesome, awesome. 43 likes. You guys are keeping up on those likes. Freaking amazing. Love you guys. If you haven't yet, please smash that like button for the new stream. Let's get this stream promoted on YouTube. More likes, the more subscribers we get while we're live, the more viewers YouTube will show our live stream too. So I appreciate you guys for doing that. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't liked the stream, etc. Let's get the shill in while everyone's watching, like the intro monetization ad crap. That way everybody misses it. Good, good. Discord, get in Discord. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. All the cool kids are in there. It's free. There's educational resources, 24/7 live stream. Just get in there. It's the best way to keep up with our live streams. We go live all the time. YouTube likely not going to let you know when that happens. Not even going to speculate why. They just don't. 202 watching. Good, good. We're good. Last but not least, it's still early enough in the month that we'll be shilling the patron here for a few more days, but we will stop as I think we're out of membership slots. I might even be shilling it when we don't have any. That'd be bad. Our first patron trade setup of May posted yesterday. We have our first fill. Congrats to anybody who took the trade. We'll see how it plays out. We've been producing straight fire in the last month on the patron. So if you haven't looked into it yet, take a look after the show. Link is pinned to the top of the chat as well. What does it come with? One-on-one crypto mentoring is available with myself. Daily publishes of trade setups, technical analysis, macro market insights, all kinds of goodies. Just very high quality content there that I handpick. So check her out. I think there's only 3 memberships, 4 memberships even available for this month anyway. All right, shill's over. Shill's done. See, wasn't that easy? All right. Nothing's even happened. I'll let you guys in on a secret. I went live to stop the selling. As you guys know, every time I go live, everything freezes. And so I did this for you guys. My allergies are destroying my body and soul, but for Bitcoin, for you guys, it's worth it. So here we are. Is everything good? Looks like we are not dropping frames for once. That's a win. Music volume kind of loud. That's all right. Turn that down a little bit. All right. So let's start the show in typical, non-typical fashion for us. Exactly as predicted on the Bitcoin chart. No, I'm not going to make fun of anybody. Let's take a look at Doge here. If you guys have been watching here, I got to pat myself on the back for this one. Everyone, have you guys noticed? If you're new to the stream, to watching the Crown channel, you might not have yet. If you're a vet here, you've seen this happen over and over and over again. Our stream, we'll find something. We'll find an edge. We'll find a target. And the closer the time comes, every day after that, more and more and more people pick up this target. All of a sudden, everyone's talking about it. This happened, I want to say, us and I think Benjamin Cohen, actually, back in September. I think we were the only 2 channels at all to notice the 20 MA weekly, 21 EMA weekly, and looking to take positions from there. That's just an example. There's tons more. Doge, 69 cents. Exactly as predicted, guys. Exactly. We had a target of 68.9 cents. Let's see where Doge ended up. 69.72. After which sold off in a pretty scary manner, actually. Sold off to about 51 cents. That's a large retracement and honestly symptom of maybe profit taking, but dang, man, that looked like a blow off top to me. Here's what I'm watching on Doge. Here's what I'm keeping my eyes on. Because do I think that it's impossible for it to go higher? No, we have even targets higher, but we're waiting to see some technicals here to make that decision, to make that call. So we got a 27%, 27% sell off from the top, from that 69.72. What we were looking for, I know I was chatting with patrons about it, is what happens after that sell-off? Well, we did see some green. We were looking for and watching for a lower high. And we wanted to determine or identify if there's any bearish or bullish divergence as we got to that lower high. So we did yesterday. Touched 67.5 cents. It's sold off again since, back to 57.3. Do we have bearish divergence? Well, the hourly would suggest at 69 we do. However, if we look at our next lower high here, we will see that we actually don't. If we had gotten, and we'll look at other time frames here in a second. If we actually had gotten a higher RSI high on that 67.5 cent touch, then I'd be pretty convinced that we've topped out here. Pretty convinced. We don't have it. We don't have it here on a smaller time frame. I haven't really looked on the larger ones, but I have a feeling it's not there either. 4 hour negative. 12 hour not at all. And daily not at all. We do now again. I guess actually for the first time for Doge. Second time. We do have daily bearish divergence on this new high. However, we don't have any signs really outside of that. Like I was saying, if we had seen, say, the 4 hour and the 12 hour with bearish divergence, then we'd be a little skeptical. But this pullback so far, really not quite what I would expect for a blow off top. We do have 4 more hours in this daily, so things can change. There's still time. What we saw is that selling lines up almost perfectly with where the daily candle before yesterday, or the day before's daily candle opened. So what is that? That's a little market maker, whale, whatever trick. And what that does is you're pushing the price back to a bearish engulfing candle on the daily. That is going to be a spot where many short-term positions are looking to stop out. A bounce from it, I actually view as kind of bullish, as you've flushed those new positions and you allow yourself to move forward again. We do have a new daily local resistance here, and that's going to be at 65.5 cents. Let's put this up here in white dashed. There we are. 65.5 cents. Trading above that value before the end of the day is going to look really solid for Doge, and it's going to push us up, or at least suggest that we may be looking for our next upside targets. Now, this isn't confirmed. We're still a pretty ugly candle. I'd like to see trading above 65.5 before I really go into anything. But until then, we're going to keep watching these highs on Doge. If you can see these wicks at home, our previous measured move targets now acting as support and resistance, or I guess resistance now, or man, I'm not awake yet. Acting as support now. Pretty interesting. I've been noticing this more and more, that our 1.618 or 2 Fibonacci tool extension targets that we use for our measured moves, once they're surpassed, we have been seeing them act as support. So this might be a new thing. May have been happening under our nose the whole time, but this is potentially a new little tidbit of TA that we're going to start following here, because that is interesting. Did not expect to see this happening so consistently. So at the moment, Doge is fine. It has a higher lows. Did we see if there's bullish divergence? Potentially bullish divergence building on our higher lows. We're not quite there yet. Actually, I would say we do. We do have a little bullish divergence on lower time frames. But again, for me and Doge USD right now, it's all about that breaking that high. If we continue, actually, I would say if we continue in this fashion, probably going to look to break to the upside. What we're going to be watching, though, is on a relief rally or some kind of rally, is that rally going to fail? Is it going to get faded? Is it going to get sold into? Are we going to have bearish divergence? These are the questions for me. At the moment, looks to be consolidating, looks kind of like a flag. And so that might suggest, if we don't see bearish divergence on a retest of 65.5, that we are going to that 90, 88 cent area. That's a 30% gain. But guys, every time we hit one of these new targets, we're closer and closer to the top. I know, I hate to say it. We have a new, we can use our Fibonacci extension tool differently here. Now that we have a new low. But each one of these that we move up, we're closer to the top, which means there's less room to the upside. It's shrinking. Upside shrinking. Downside expanding. What happens is each new level, we're getting a worse risk to reward. Even back here, remember, even back here in April at, I don't know, 30 something cents, we were saying, yeah, we're looking for 69 cents, exactly as predicted. We're looking for 69 cents, but guys, this is a bad risk to reward. We're at 32 cents. That's a 2x. That is great in any other market. A 2x upside would be amazing. In crypto, a 2x upside, barely an upside at all. There are coins, look at Ethereum Classic today, and we will. 2x is dangerously low. Dangerously low to play with. Unless you're going to jump in and out right away, which, ask yourselves, be honest with yourselves, you're not doing that. You're jumping in, you're seeing it go up, and then you're probably buying more. You're doing it backwards. Don't do that. Don't do that. Got to be real. Actually, so we're going to move on from Doge here. I just want to do this. So we have a new measured move. The initial low off that high on May 5th at 61 cents. You can see I placed the fib tool, but that was not the low. So that may be invalid. Maybe invalid. When we place it correctly now, let me get rid, show you how I connected these. There we go. When we place it correctly, meaning we have the low, this is the low swing high initially to 69 cents, swing low to 51 cents right here. We were a little too preemptive here at the 61 cent level placing it. So you have a new measured move, and let's see where that suggests. Doesn't line up with our 88 or $6 targets. That's okay. That is okay. We're going to place these up here as well to keep an eye on them. And so that would suggest 84.4. That's pretty close to our target. Not quite. Not quite close enough, though, in my opinion, for agreement in these extensions. So the 2 is at 95 cents. All right, so that's a 10-cent range, 95 to about $1.05. Not a terrible place to be looking if we get another leg up. Not a terrible place. I'm thinking that 90 cents is probably the pro move, actually. Pro move. What's all this up here? $1.30. Ooh, man, this hat is itchy. What the hell? Oh, I haven't worn this hat in a while. I'm just in a hat mood today. Mostly because of the thumbnail. I made it yesterday. Just exactly as predicted. Welcome. We're now just a channel that just, no matter what happens, we just say exactly as predicted. End of story. Oh, crap. I forgot to do something. The Stream Elements bot that should be spitting out Discord links and just saying like and subscribe. That link is wrong. I did not update it. That is what I forgot. I knew something. Yeah, I forgot something. Let me update this super quick. In the meantime, we'll switch back to Bitcoin here, to the corn. Let's go to this one. There we are. How's everyone feeling today? Feeling good, feeling anxious, feeling euphoric, feeling silly. I will say the Tom Crown. Fear index, 0 being the lowest, 100 being the highest. Sitting at 0. Sitting at 0. If you're feeling something above 0, don't feel bad, but I'm not worried. We're still perfectly inside this projection. Really nothing even threatening going on. It's a little boring. It's a little boring. I know. Everybody hates that, but is what it is. All right. Let's move on to Bitcoin here quick. We don't have too much to say about it. That stream marker. Ooh, nice. Bitcoin following our projection exactly as predicted. So getting a little janky here. Here's what I'll point out the things I'm not finding an agreement with our projection. And then I'll probably talk about how it still is, because it is. And then what invalidates it. So right now, what I'm not a huge fan of. 1. We are below the 50 daily moving average. We have closed below it multiple times lately. That's not a super strong sign of strength. However, price really isn't moving. We closed yesterday a bullish engulfing candle. Now we're seeing selling. Welcome to crypto, where the most clear-cut, obvious signals are virtually always going to get you in the wrong position, at least in the short term. We're still above the 20. That's at just above 55,000 on the dot. And so that is where I'd be looking for some kind of slowing down to this move we're seeing today. That's not too far away from price. I think we may have already even touched it. We'll take a look then. What I don't like, and I say don't like, what I mean by that is we aren't following the projection perfectly here for one reason. When you're looking at fractals are kind of a interpretive thing. They're not really clear cut. There's no real rules on them other than the ones we observe and apply ourselves. And one of those that I apply is that fractals, we tend to see them play out on shorter time frames, meaning we're looking at this pattern from February. If we're seeing it play out here today, we would expect that it would play out faster than in February. This is actually the only divergence from the pattern we're seeing yet. This is taking, you can see here, the original projection actually was about 2 days, I would say, off. So if we move this over, we're still not quite there. This would even suggest still that at the end of April, you guys remember I posted a community post that we were looking for the same downside target, and then we were looking for only higher lows in May and rallying to a new all-time high. That's where the time frame of this would have fit in. We're not on that time frame. That doesn't necessarily invalidate it. I still believe that you always want to go by the price points, by the retracement levels, by the price levels. You don't go by time. Time is the hardest thing to judge, but that isn't what I would expect. So I am getting a little suspicious of this pattern. That being said, we're still in the projection. That has not changed. Nothing has changed. I know it's been a pretty interesting ride with that sell-off. On the third, fourth sell-off, and then bullish engulf. Now we're selling again. We're getting whipped up. This market loves whipping up frenzies and emotions. It loves getting you to feel something in hopes that you act on those feelings. Feelings are never going to bring you to the right direction. Never. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Keep that in mind. So, all right, the projection here. Where's my updated version? I have my little notes. I shared this with the patrons as I always share with them a little bit early. Where did you go there, bud? May 5th, is this it? Here we are. I'm going to share this with everybody. Patrons got it first. That's pretty much just how it's going. Ooh, a little lag. Take a look at this chart. Pause the stream if you want to, if you need to. All right, what does this show? Our projection showed that the bottom was near. End of April, bottom was near. And that we would expect to see a relief rally to the 618 retracement level. 618. That's at 57.3. We were a little off because we caught this bounce a little earlier. I think we were looking for 57.7, 57.3. We can see that, well, that's what happened. We did. We bounced. We tested the monthly engulfing line That's at 58,800. That being the probably the most important level right now outside of the projection, or that is inside of the projection, because trading above that is a bullish engulfing candle versus April, and that is a great sign to the market. A monthly signal, much harder to fake than a daily. However, it's still inside of our projection. To invalidate it, you can see these blue lines here. These are the same defined targets, the same defined prices that we have been looking at since April. Really, this has gone exactly as we projected. I'm not going to lie, guys. It probably doesn't feel that way, and it might not look that way to the untrained eye, but this is as good as you can ask for in trading. There are no certainties or no guarantees, and the best we can do is define parameters. If this, then that. If that, then this. And what those if-then statements allow us to do is to make intelligent trades off of. Think about it. So what we see here is above 60,500. That's the 786 retracement level. Above there, we're going to consider this fractal invalid without testing the 51,000 level first. If it moves above that, it has invalidated the pattern because that is a level that it did not reach in February. Therefore, it's not following the same movement. We haven't gotten to 60,500. Closing a daily above 58.8, I think, would be a really strong sign that the market is looking to do so. But we haven't gotten that yet. We had a test of it, rejected. Now we have a higher low. We're selling off again. What we're looking for here is a higher, or we had a higher high. Now we have a lower high. And what we're looking for now is another higher low. Another higher low, which means above 53.2. We may see a test or a run for that 58.8 again. Right now we're just ranging. You guys can see this in this setting that for the last, oh gosh, this has been a lot of days. Since April 26th, we've virtually just been ranging from support at 53.2 up to 58.8. That's proving to us that these are important values. If you look to the left, you can see the initial recovery bounce, sold from this level as well. Everything going on in here, everything below that 58.8 and above 51 is nothing. Nothing is happening. I can actually get rid of this daily bullish engulf line because that already happened. And it already confirmed. I already closed the candle there. Literally nothing. Nothing at all. I know it doesn't feel that way. All these coins are moving. There's a lot of excitement, but it's meaningless. It's meaningless, guys. To follow this projection, we're still looking. We're saying, hey, we probably won't see that higher low. We could, certainly, but we probably won't. And we probably will see this $51,000 area. This is my best fit. This was created, man, at this point, 2 weeks ago. Still following the pattern. How I am trading it. So, we don't give financial advice here, but this is how I have traded this pattern successfully so far. Is I look to open longs. Open longs. Starting at about, or was it? When we saw that bounce at 47, 46, I did open some small positions, but I looked to open more positions at that level, and I was looking to stop loss them under 44,000. That's right. I looked to play them up. Play them up. Open shorts. I said this on stream multiple times. 55.5, 56.5, 57.5. All three of those shorts filled, and I placed my stop just above 60,500. Why? Because the fractal would be invalid then. If we trade above there without going to 51 first, then those shorts are not likely in a safe position. Stops not hit, shorts still open, longs still open. I look to close some kind of those longs here at 53, which we did. But now, again, to finish out this fractal, I'm looking to close shorts at 51,000 down to 50,500. I'm looking to flip that position long, opening longs at that level. And I'm using the same stops. It's just easy mode. Easy peasy. I can move my stops up to 47-ish. Those were at 44, moving them up to 47. And I'm just looking to play this pattern. This is what's great about defining something. If we don't have some kind of model to follow, then we're really just opening and closing positions randomly and going by our gut feeling. This is not Yu-Gi-Oh! You certainly need to believe in the heart of the cards, but you're not going to pull Exodia on the first hand every time, all right? When we have a guide, we can set those if-thens. If we trade above 60,500, I'm stopping my shorts. If we trade below 50,000, I'm stopping my longs. We haven't done either. It's stressful, right? But we're still exactly where we are. Exactly where we were for the last 2 weeks in Bitcoin. And on cue, we're seeing altcoins rally. Bitcoin trading sideways, altcoins moving up. That's the pattern that we know. How does this pattern end? Pattern ends regardless if it invalidates to the upside or to the downside. It ends with likely a volatile move from Bitcoin. Bitcoin bringing alts back to reality. Starting the process over again. So if you're FOMOing into these alts, especially, God knows, Doge yesterday at 69 cents. If you're FOMOing into these, not only are you buying in at high prices, you're also buying in at high prices with this threat on the table that we expect Bitcoin to make a volatile move soon. Not what you want. Not what you want to do. Volatile move on Bitcoin, virtually always we see alts suffer. Yes, there's some exceptions, not consistent exceptions. You usually see 1 or 2 coins running while Bitcoin's being volatile, but that tends to cycle around. It's never the same one consistently for more than a small period of time. So watch yourselves. Watch yourselves. Watch these positions. We're going to get a move soon on Bitcoin by the end of this month. I can't guarantee anything, like I said, but by the end of this month, I think it's high probability that Bitcoin will break one of these 2 levels. We're going to get a volatile move. Watch your alts, man. All right, let's take a look at, what are we looking at? Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic is something people have been talking about lately. We're not going to spend a ton of time on this, but I want to let you guys know what's happening. So there's a few interesting things going on. Ethereum Classic is a fork. It is the old fork of Ethereum. Ethereum Classic, Ethereum. I think it started trading, late 2016. Anyway, we're seeing some rallying. What's going on, right? Well, guys, when we look at the monthly, let's look at the Ethereum Bitcoin pair. This is Ethereum's value measured in Bitcoin's value at the time. 2 monthly, giant monthly candles. It's actually 5 monthly candles in a row here. Ethereum has been gaining ground on Bitcoin after, what is this? From May 2017 to December 1st, 2020. Lost 90-something% of its value, 98% of its value during this time period over 1,300 days. Sold. At some point, there are no more sellers left in a market. At some point, every single person who would sell or is willing to sell sold. So that's one factor in play. There's simply no sellers left. They're gone. Sellers, people looking to sell Ethereum Classic, we think of holders on the other side, but those people, their weak hands are flushed out. That's essentially it. As the market just squeezes and squeezes and squeezes, that's why we see these crazy 98% losses until everyone's out. So I think that's the biggest player. That's why we always look at these Bitcoin pairs here and we use them to determine what is undervalued, what is overvalued. Their dollar amount per coin is irrelevant. Doesn't determine if they're overvalued or undervalued. But their value versus Bitcoin, I think, is a valid metric. It's a valid metric. Something that moves completely sideways, for instance, if you looked at a Bitcoin chart, it would just be 1. That would mean it's just moving with Bitcoin, experiencing the same upside downside changes. When we see something like this, it is just pressure cooking, pushing all those hands out. Anyone who isn't holding their Ethereum Classic long term is in such losses that if they are weak hands in any measure, they've sold. So now all of the selling pressure is gone from the market. It doesn't take a lot of buyers to come in, scoop price up, and just send it rocketing. That's what we're seeing here, first and foremost, in my opinion. Second interesting factor going on, Robinhood. Robinhood has ETC trading. You guys know I hate Robinhood. Don't trade crypto in Robinhood. Don't do it. It's stupid. Never Robinhood. Hashtag never Robinhood. Don't do it. You're paying fees. You just don't know it. You're not actually buying assets. You're trading IOUs. You're not impacting the market price directly. I'm not going to get into that, but Robinhood has been having some impact on the market. It's not directly from buying and selling going on there, but it's likely due to some kind of just, I guess, demand exposure, etc., to this huge base, kind of like the way Coinbase used to be, but it only had 3 coins. Simply, you couldn't get anything else. So those coins, typically, you would expect to do better. But here's my takeaway on that, because I don't think it's a really easy read, is watch Robinhood. Watch them. We were doing this with Grayscale. Grayscale's kind of fallen out of hype. There's a lot more competition. They're not really I called them the crypto Fed even a few months ago, not really holding that position any longer. Robinhood, I don't want to deem them, I don't want to give them that crown. But I will say, watch Robinhood. The next coins that they start trading there likely are gonna go up. Likely gonna go up. All right, so last factor here. Then I'm gonna shoot out some targets quick, and then we're gonna move on. Big factor under the radar that no one's talking about. This is probably another Tom Crown exclusive that everyone else will be parroting here soon. There's one more unique factor contributing to Ethereum ETC right now. And it has nothing to do with how good of a coin it is or something. It actually might arguably be how bad of a coin it is. So Ethereum Classic has undergone multiple, and when I say multiple, I mean it is plagued by 51% attacks on its network. Plagued. That's not a good thing. It's mostly threatening to exchanges, not really threatening to you and me. But here is a huge player right now in this price action. If you have Ethereum Classic sitting in your wallet and you see, oh, it's at 150. Wow, that's great. I want to sell it. You will not be able to. You won't be able to. Why? Because those 51% attacks that it's seen over the last few years, exchanges have become very, very wary of accepting Ethereum Classic, and they have increased its confirmations. So you guys know, you send Bitcoin to an exchange, it typically takes 6 confirmations. In reality, it's there on the first confirmation. As soon as it's included in a block, it's there. Why don't they let you trade it for 6 confirmations? Well, it's the risk of a 51% attack. Satoshi actually writes about that in the white paper, saying that 6 confirmations should be virtually the probability after 6 confirmations of block, cloning, twinning, whatever. Anyway, it goes down to almost 0. Ethereum Classic, though, constantly being 51% attacked. So Coinbase, I believe it's, maybe I'll pull it up. I think it's 15,000 confirmations. ETC Coinbase Pro confirmations. 10,000. Ethereum Classic, if it's sitting in your wallet right now and you want to sell it right now on market price, unlike almost any other coin that pumps, that you would just be able to send it and sell it and done, you're going to have to wait for 10,000 confirmations just for Coinbase to credit your account. How long is 10,000 confirmations, you ask? Well, ETC block time. Is their block time only 13 seconds? That's not as long as I thought. But I know people who have sent ETC to Coinbase Pro literally, and they've been waiting a long time. I'm not talking yesterday or something. I'm talking days, weeks. Let me see. 2,000, so it's 2,000 minutes? That doesn't sound right. Where's Sharknado? Sharknado sent Ethereum Classic to Coinbase like, I don't know, weeks ago, I feel, and it's still waiting. Anyway, I'm moving on because that math seems weird. I thought that that confirmation time, block confirmation time versus how many confirmations you need doesn't add up as much as it should from the delays we've seen. Regardless, it takes a long time. So people are almost certainly sending Ethereum Classic right now to Coinbase Pro. We saw this happen earlier in the year when there was a crazy arbitrage opportunity for ETC from Ethereum Classic versus Binance. The difference was massive. There was a lot of free money at play that day. And so like that day, people are sending their Ethereum Classic to Coinbase Pro thinking they're going to sell it. And it's just stuck confirming for way longer. So what is that doing? It's removing what usually would be an immense arbitrage pressure. The entire space, every other exchange that might be trading at a different price, that pressure would come to Coinbase if Coinbase is trading higher. But it's unable to get there due to these long confirmation times. So those are the three factors I think that are playing here on Ethereum Classic. Does that make this a good buy? I would say probably not. I don't really like any of those factors specifically. I have a bag of Ethereum Classic. I think I only have 4 of them on Coinbase Pro, and so that's all I'm going to be able to sell, period. Unless something changes, I'm only going to be able to sell 4 of them out of, I don't know, I may have 100 or 50. I don't know, a handful of them. If you do, I don't know, you love Ethereum Classic for whatever reason, I don't think the project's even worked on anymore, but that doesn't mean it won't go up. At least wait for some kind of pullback. Now, we do see a pullback here. Is this what I'm talking about? Not really. Yesterday's high was at 150. We're at 150. Could this be an entry? Sure. You're back testing potentially resistance as support. But you got that bearish divergence that we were looking for on Doge. You have a lower RSI high despite having a higher high in price. Does that extend out? It extends out to the 4-hour. Not to the 12-hour, though. That's interesting. Tickle me. Tickle me pink. That is interesting. I still don't think it is. I still think it is not great. There are a lot of other coins going on, especially with Bitcoin. Just snap back to that quick. Bitcoin, of course, I went live, so now it's going to go sideways. It's been just slowly green since I went live. Oh, it did make it back above 56 too. Cool. Whoa, where did my chart go? There we are. So where am I looking in dollar terms? Well, if we use our Fibonacci extension tools, we always do, connect our swing highs to swing lows, it generates some pretty clean numbers here, which I like. I do like. 204, so we'll just call it $200 at the 1618 from 150. That's a super logical, super clean, neat, and tidy target. And above that at the 2 Fibonacci extension, or our measured move, get out of here. 2 measured move, we see 250. Those are great psychological values. Those are great targets. Those would be high confidence, especially if we can get a close over 150 here. We saw a little run for it earlier, got sold off, but the selling pressure, as we discussed with those 3 reasons, is definitely reduced. Definitely reduced. I'm looking for these numbers, man. I just can't ever recommend jumping into a coin that, what? Let's see, at the start of April. So it is May 5th. At the start of April, it's $14. So it's gone 10x in a month. A month ago is the time to buy this. If you need to, go back, look at its price action, and then look for this price action. Look for other coins doing this that haven't gotten this part yet. Don't want to be jumping into a 10x, man. It's the same issue as Doge. Your upside could be there. It could be 250. That's not even a 2x from right here, though. Your downside, I don't know. Even if it's not a catastrophic downside, is you go back and you test kind of this mean line, this trend line here, and that's at $50, and that's minus 66%. That's terrible risk to reward. I don't like it. If you can't fight the FOMO, if you're weak, it's okay. It takes time, guys. But if you can't resist it, I would at least urge you, caution you, wait for maybe even like this 4-hour pullback. Maybe look to go long like 117. You can stop it just below 90. That was the previous kind of short-term support level. That saw a bounce. There we go. 3-to-1 risk to reward. Just taking it. Oh, that's not quite 3-to-1. There we go. 3-to-1, whatever. Looking to go from 117 to 205. That's a better trade than jumping in when it's just a green candle with a wick on top, especially. So, there's my thoughts on ETC. Let's see what's up next. We got some more. Litecoin doing Litecoin stuff. We saw some great. Let's restart that. Litecoin doing some great stuff. Our in-stream trade from back the end of April. I still don't remember who tipped for it, but man, you got your tip worth. We're seeing, we were looking to go long off monthly support at 227. Said this a lot. We'll say it again. And we want to take that trade to the all-time high, 420, blaze it. High probability trade played out. Is Litecoin in trouble yet? I don't think so. Looking pretty solid. You've broken April's high. Let's look at that. You've broken April's high. You don't have bearish divergence on the 4 hour here. Nice. Traded up to 364. You're above all resistance. There's no resistance above us. 420 is the only upside target at this moment. I don't plan on selling. You know, guys know Litecoin. I'm a Litecoin boy. It's my second largest holding. I'm not looking to sell any of it at 420, as entertaining as that would be. This trade setup is designed for people who weren't in Litecoin to make some kind of profit, 84%. But what we're seeing now is a pullback to that April high. The 4 hour candles showing us just how spot on we are with this price target here. We see multiple closes as resistance, breaks above it, multiple closes as support potentially. We don't know on the 4 hour here. But what is confidence building is it's right at our level, right at what was resistance, now potentially support. This might not be super clean. It might see a little more volatility there. I think it looks better. There we go, on the 12 hour. Really just want to close the daily above 335-ish. And then you got a great back test of support. That could be a bump and run. That could lead you right back to the all-time high. Man, that would be so redeeming. 12 hour, no bearish divergence on the highs. This is really what we're being worried about here. Now on the daily, we might slightly lower RSI high versus April. However, if this is a pullback, if we get a little bump and run scenario, we might expect RSI to do something like this. Bounce, push for that higher high, remove it. Totally possible. So the close here today on Litecoin is going to be very important. I'd like to see it above 335. If you close below, you might get saved by 324. However, your next really untested support, in my opinion, is 272. I guess, where is this 283 from? I'm not sure. 272, though it was kind of tested. I don't usually, like I said a stream or two ago, don't usually count like immediately back testing. So that may be true also of 335 here as well. That's your next support that you may look to take a different position on, and below that 227. So you have supports below you. You have really only one target above you. That's the all-time high. You break that, you might see some Ethereum style sticking around. But the upside targets on Litecoin, once 420 is retaken, are huge. They're huge. Huge. Keep an eye. Keep an eye. Ethereums. Should we look at Ethereums? We'll look at Ethereum. We'll look at Ethereum, and then we'll get to the requests. I see. Do we have requests? Gavin Teston. Oh shoot, Gavin. I'll replay it for you, dude. I'll replay these for Gavin's son. That didn't work. There we go.
Thanks for the microphone. Just a reminder that we were at 5K last March. Gavin entered, never looked back. Now you're emotional over 56K. I love you all. Relax, he'll be back later. Back to bed.
Yeah. And then Gavin said test. I don't know if it worked. Anyway, thank you, Gavin Ming, for that 100. That's a great reminder. Great reminder there. 1 year ago. At this point, what is the 5th? So 1 year, 1 month, and 1 week ago, we're actually at 3,800. That's basically where Ethereum is. Like, let's be real. Basically where Ethereum is. We're now trading at 56,000, looking for 51,000 as a potential bounce. That is not scary. I've been hearing a lot of like bull runs over stuff, and I don't know, Bitcoin's so weak. This thing's like, guys, it's gone 20x in a year. It's chilling out. We are always looking for those pullback to support positions to take on altcoins. Same thing goes with Bitcoin. These pullbacks, that's where entries are born. If there were no pullbacks, there would be really no safe entries, no high probability trades. This would make it much harder. Make it much harder to profit, actually. So without the pullbacks, you don't get the entries. It's the good and the bad. Bitcoin crashing to 51,000. Dude, this is just like nothing. It's just not threatening in any way. It can go much, much lower and still not be threatening. So those are good, wise words from Gavin Sant today, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. You know I love you, brother. We're working on... announcements will be coming soon on some projects coming up. Still under the radar. Still on the DL. Let you guys know soon. You'll be excited. All right. Ethereum. What's Ethereum doing? What is it doing? It was the apple of everyone's eye a day ago. Now it's getting a little snoozeville. Let's see. We do have a rather tested support. So this is not a historical support. This is new. This is in this month. So in my opinion, I would call this a local support. It's had multiple tests. We have a higher high now off of that test. That supports at 3,218. If you're not in Ethereum, 3,218, much better, in my opinion, entry than 34.8. That's my opinion. Ideally, you can enter lower. 2,800. We can see this level was really never visited after breaking. Let's get rid of everything right here. We saw some consolidation below, broke out. We haven't seen it back tested. This would be a much stronger entry even than the 3,200. It's certainly more so than 35. We have a kind of a, let's call it a compelling factor here as well. We have another compelling factor. The Bitcoin pair. But real quick, let's look at this. So on the daily, Ethereum, this is super, super local then. Seems to have back tested 34, 33. This is daily close we can see from the 3rd and 4th. Traded below. Sold back up, similar to kind of what we were seeing on Doge, except didn't see that bullish or bearish engulf. That'd be all the way down to 32.40, close to our 3,200 support. That'd be decent. A little bearish divergence here on the high. Certainly if we look back to January, bearish divergence. But what I do like here on RSI on the daily is these lows have been coming up. So we can even expect to see maybe some lower RSI. As long as we keep bringing these lows up, showing there's buying demand. And I think that's kind of evident to everyone. Even if we've briefly forgotten about it in one day of red. That hasn't even brought us back to where yesterday was. Still looking super solid there. Super solid. Where are our moving averages? This is what is really bullish about Ethereum. It may suggest that it wants to see some kind of correction, even if it's quick at some point, but you're just soaring. That 20 daily is bumping price up on every test. That is super in trend. Super, super in trend. We haven't tested the 100 or the 200 daily. So let's see, the 100 daily since November. We haven't tested the 200 daily since May of last year. So it's been an entire year. We haven't touched the 200. Now that is down at 1,334. That's likely too low to be tested anytime soon. Likely too low to be tested anytime soon. I'm probably going to see that continue to chug up. Probably for the majority of this bull run even. Yeah, that's what I would say. Upside, measured move targets. Everyone's favorite. To the upside. 37.77 and just under 4,000. This is where it's going to start getting interesting, guys. Our 2,618, so just above our measured move. is a pretty spicy number that I think you'll all remember. I'll probably only have to say it once. 4,200 or 420. Lines up with our measured move extension. Psychological 420, man. 420 cannot be discounted in TA any longer. That is something that we invented here. I'm going to keep saying it so we don't lose ownership of it. We will, but we invented 420 resistance. We've been pointing that out for months and months and months. I don't know if others are yet, but they certainly will, as it's becoming way impossible to ignore. Everything seems to find profit taking at 420. Nice, guys. Nice. However, beyond that is when it gets silly. You know, you have 5,000 above that as a psychological. All of a sudden, you're halfway to 10. Right? People saying 10,000, 20,000 Ethereum by the top of this cycle, or the peak of this cycle, is unrealistic. It's totally realistic. Totally. A 10x from here, and that means, it doesn't mean it moves to 20, 30,000 and then trades sideways forever. It maybe bounces up and down, lets you sell. You know, that's like, it spikes up, corrects hard, spikes up, corrects hard, and then for one fleeting day, 1 hour, moves up to those levels and sells off. You won't, unless you have a limit order at those levels, you're not going to catch it almost certainly. But predicting tops here is going to be super unsuccessful. Super unsuccessful. The Ethereum Bitcoin chart, I haven't updated myself actually. Let's take a look at it really quick. This is the factor in play here. This is the factor in play. Where are we? Is the Bitcoin pair. This is what is making it very difficult for me to be looking for downside targets on Ethereum right now. We have broken above 0.55, 0.56 to round it up. We've broken above. We've closed not one, not two, not three, but four daily candles above that level. There's not a lot above it. There's not a lot above it. That's what's exciting. There doesn't seem to be any reason that we would find resistance, really. If we look at our Fibonacci retracement, we've passed the 618. There's no other retracement level until 0.8. That is above our 0.77 target. There's nothing below us. We can see that 0.55 level tested as resistance, tested as support, tested as resistance, tested as support, tested as support before finally pivoting, selling, and going into price discovery. So that 0.56 level is maybe the most important price for Ethereum Bitcoin pair. We've passed it. It is a weekly, so here's the only caveat. It's a weekly level. So to see daily candles, hourly candles, whatever, close above it, not as relevant. Each one is confidence building, but not as relevant. We have 3 days and 4 hours for Ethereum to close above 0.55. If we do, and I'm leaning towards we do, there's nothing here. You can see there's not a lot of trading. Most of this was just straight candles up, straight candles down in this level. And why is that? Well, that's because there's no support and resistance, really. We have 0.55, 0.56, and 0.77. If we get a weekly close above 0.55 or 0.56, we may look to see a back test of it. If that doesn't hold, then we'll look for that greater back test all the way down at 0.44 that we broke through. I think that's less probable. I think the most probable is we test 0.55 and then we move to 0.77. What kind of percentage change is that? About 40%, not bad. If we get lucky and get all the way back down to 0.44, that's a 72% gain. That'd be pretty gnarly. Pretty gnarly on Ethereum here. Our size suggests we may have more upside. So we may get that close. We may push higher even into the end of this week, that suggests. This is interesting. The only thing we don't want to see is Ethereum BTC sell under 0.55 by the end of this week. 3 days, 4 hours. That's it. It's looking great. I'm definitely looking for 0.77. Easy call. I would not enter right now looking for it. I would wait, as we always say, for these tests of support. These are more, or I guess these are higher probability entries versus random market ordering. But this is a great technical setup. This chart looks awesome. That is a huge factor in not being bearish on the dollar pair. Still does not mean the dollar pair can only go up, but as long as the Bitcoin pair is moving up, it's going to experience lighter or weaker pullbacks. That's bullish. Still above all your moving averages. Cruising. Ethereum looks great. What else did we want to look at today? Let's peek back in Bitcoin. So since I've gone live, obviously, nothing is happening. Nothing. You know how it is. Went live right here. Ish. Maybe right here. It's back tested. 56.2 here. This looks like it's acting as resistance for now. Below, let's see. Below the 50 is still above the 20. Nothing has changed. Refer to the chart. Until either of these blue price lines, horizontals, are met, nothing has changed. You got a little bull div on off support at 53.2. Saw bounce, lower high. Now we're looking for higher low. If we don't, then we're probably following the fractal. If we do, probably moving up to that monthly engulf line again to be tested. Possibly breaking the fractal, pushing above 60,500. But for now, short term, sights are looking down. Not a significant amount. Even to the fractal's completion. This is the important takeaway, guys. Even if this follows the fractal perfectly, it's only 9.3% downside. If you sell right here, expecting that this fractal follows through, you're only looking at 9.3% minus fees. This, in my opinion, not worth it for the potential upside. Our fractal only shows, 68? Our fractal only points to about 68.5, but that does not mean that's where it will stop. When you break 65,000 here, we haven't seen it in a while on new all-time highs, I will admit. But when you break this, I might look to close ugly long positions at 68.5. But I certainly am not going to sell my portfolio thinking that's the top. After all this consolidation, we're looking for a big move. A move similar maybe to January after its high was broken. More likely a move similar to December. We've consolidated for 3 months. It's actually, we talked about that a long time ago. We'd probably see that in the bull market. Then you'll see all of the gains at one time. Meaning everyone who sold here looking for that 9% didn't get back in, misses out on what is maybe a 40, 50, 60, 70% gain. Maybe 100% gain, might go to 100. God, nobody knows in a bull market. It's bad risk to reward. In my opinion, smarter to look for that 51, add in DCA style, maybe some new fiat. Not go overboard at 51 because that can still be broken. Hold some of that dry powder. You're looking for 45 now as the 20 and 21 weeklies move up. I really don't think there's a high probability it goes lower than those values right now. Certainly it's possible. I think if it does, it would be quick. It would not be long-lived. We're not done. We're not done, boys. We're not done, boys and girls. We got a lot of time. Probably have the rest of this year. We never bet on things being different this time, but doesn't mean they can't happen. Just don't bet on it. So there we are. There we are. I think I got through the coins that I wanted. Got Doge, got Litecoin, got Ethereum Classic, got Ethereum, got Bitcoin. Didn't really look at ADA. ADA is looking solid. Congrats to the patrons. This was last month we had a trade set up on this, which was just buy some ADA. And people would say, what price? It doesn't matter. It's really irrelevant. Looking to retest its high, 3,100 sats. Today, already tested. It's daily closes. March 1st, February 28th at just under 3,000. We're seeing some profit taking. That makes sense. We could see what kind of values might we look at here. Let's see our retracement. Could be looking for an entry closer to 2,500. If we get a retracement here, however, I don't think so, man. This is just higher low kind of scenario. We're looking for a higher high here. I do think that a test of that wick high at 3,200 sats is on the table. The targets above that get real spicy. Real spicy. 1618, 4,190 sats. The 2 measured move sitting right below what I believe is monthly resistance at 5,190 sats. These are some big upside just from support, just from what was resistance tested as support to the high of early March, late February. It's almost 40%, 60 or 36.9%. Our first measured move target is actually 80%, and our 1618 target, but our measured move target at 100%. If you take that up to that monthly resistance, 122%, there's a lot going on here. The tip off here, the reason that we looked to go long on this was actually really nothing technical, no indicators, no behind the scenes magic. The tip off here was the tight consolidation. These are daily candles. And for how many candles? 40, almost 50, almost 2 months, 40 a month and a week, 2 weeks. It just traded sideways in a range. There was no significant selling pressure outside of April 23rd. That wick got bought up. That was just a clear signal it was going to explore higher. But this is what you're looking for. This goes to what we were saying about Doge, what we were saying about ETC today, is you want to find these entries. Another factor of this is going to be you won't hear much hype. Remember, everyone was hyped on ADA. It was like Doge for a little bit there. Everybody was on the ADA train. That hype died down, but price didn't die down with it. That's what you're looking for. I'm going to call that, we're going to make up a new term again today. Hype divergence. That's hype divergence. It's very valuable in a bull run. Bear market, not as important. But when you see that hype explosion, price explosion, sells off, the hype's kind of gone, and then price moving sideways, that's a great sign. These are much better entries versus jumping into whatever the tallest green candle is every day. That's the least successful way to trade crypto. Honestly, if you're going to trade mindlessly like that, if you just can't do anything else, you're incapable of change. I understand. But if that's you, maybe do it this way. Instead of sorting by biggest gainers in a day, buying whatever's up the most, which is what people probably do when they start, sorted by biggest losers. At least you're buying lower. At least you're buying on red. At least you're putting in the possibility of buying low, selling high, versus sorting by gainers, buying whatever's up the most. You're literally buying at the highest price, likely. And so now you're not buying low, you're buying high, praying that it continues higher. So you're buying high, selling high, versus potentially buying low, selling high. It's just a macro thought of trading. Red creates long entries. Green creates short entries. It's the kind of like fundamental overlying architecture of what goes on here in trading. Okay, cool. I got through everything I wanted to. So let's get to the chat. Phew, you lucky patrons. Been on fire. All right. I dig it. I bet there's a lot of troll comments about the title. Guys, I'm the most humble person in the world. I don't think anything is ever exactly as predicted. Or the thumbnail. I just liked it because I think it makes fun of everybody. So let's catch up here. Let's catch up. Yeah, nice. Nobody was really tipping, or it's not showing up. Good. We've been doing way too many requests lately. I love it. I love that you guys are supporting the channel. I appreciate you. But a lot of nobody wants to look at random, unheard of coins for 2 hours, to be honest. So I'm not too upset. Josh, of course, just never following the rules. Tipping $5 for EGLD. He's lucky I love him. I love that son of a birch. So I'll do it. EGLD. All right. Last time we were looking at EGLD, I remember it was the 3rd of May. 3rd of May, right here. 3rd of May, right? Yes. Let me get my bearings. There we go. I remember because of the 20 moving average setup. Pretty sure that's right. So we saw that daily candle close right at resistance from April, early April, 193. We can see 1, 2, 3, now 4 potentially days responding to that exact price point, closing right below, selling off. However, today, EGLD did trade up to 205. That's our real resistance above. You can see there was immediately selling pressure there. However, didn't really mess with price that much, I guess. It's just back to where it was. This would be an ugly closing candle, but it'll survive. You have support below at 181.44. Again, if we see continued selling, likely where I would look. I can get rid of some of this crap. Here's some goodies. Here's some goodies. Let's get rid of anything we don't need here. Valid. Not really valid. Okay. Good. All right, so there are some great signs here. I'm sure we were kind of hinting at these last time I looked at them. We're going to talk about them again. We were watching the 20. I don't like that the 20 is trending down. However, it's not the end of the world because we do see a potential death cross, right? Bearish cross. Oh, no, spooky. If you haven't noticed yet, guys, these rarely are what they appear. And in fact, most in crypto TA, if you see it, if it's clear and easy to see, it's not going to work out. So we do have this potential. We can use this information to create one of those if-then statements. If this happens, then this. That gives us some kind of direction in our trading. We do have the 20 sloping down, looking to cross bearishly with the 50. We may see price trade that low. We may see it trade down here as these get closer to crossing. However, if price remains above the 20, which is currently at 177 and sloping down, getting slightly lower each day, opening up just a little more leeway there. If we see price remain above the 20, we will get one of our favorite bullish patterns on the daily. This is proprietary Tom Crown technical analysis. If you find it anywhere else in the world, they stole it from us. I hope they're doing good things with it if they did. But they stole it from us. No one's ever heard of it. I made up this term and I made up the setup. And guess what? I didn't make it up because I wanted to. I made it up because I observed it and it was very consistent. And that is why we keep looking for them. So that pattern is bullish kissing. I'm sure somebody said it. Bullish kissing. What is bullish kissing? Well, it's when two moving averages, preferably on longer time frames, when two moving averages are looking to cross, whether that is a bullish or bearish cross, in this case is a bearish cross, when they are threatening it, meaning the shorter is curling down towards, trending towards the longer. But at the last second, whenever that is, before they cross, price moves back above or back below, in this case back above, the shorter average. If it can remain above, what you'll see is the shorter moving average will then again begin to curl up. It will sometimes briefly kiss, touch, maybe cross for one candle below, but pull back up. It would look something like this in this situation. 20 moves back up as long as price remains above the 20, $177. And we have seen time and time again that when this pattern plays out, it is explosive. It is explosive. We have seen insane moves after these. This back here in EGLD, so this is end of March, early April, this is close to a bullish kissing pattern. It just failed. It failed back here originally. It was always under the 20. So it dipped down. But it's uglier. I wouldn't actually call it that, just for an example, because we saw these lower or shorter moving average dip below and then reject, cross right back up. This one wouldn't have been as playable. But this one we are seeing potentially before our if then is if it stays above the 20, then we would expect a large upside move. So, is it moving yet? I don't think so. I don't think it's moving today. But we have the conditions for a large upside target. And where would we look? Well, we'll use our magic Fibonacci tool. I guess I'll take this wick. I guess I'll take it. 2 measured move. Here's some spice. Our measured move, our 2 Fibonacci extension target, lines up very closely with our original one all the way back from February. You're going to like this number, Josh. 480 to 523. Let's use our brains here. Let's call it 500. Same target. Same target. 420 in the way, in between, always a player. High probability. High probability. We see price remain above that 20. We see 420 to 500. I guess 600 was probably from, longer ago. Potentially 600. But my sights would be set first at 420 to 500 range. RSI's funky there, man. A little bullish divergence on that low still. Yeah, this might take weeks. This might take a week, 2 weeks, maybe to the end of the month to play out. But let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. You probably know in the next 4 days. The next 4 days how that's going to play out with the bullish kissing scenario. So, Verd. Love you, Josh. Love you, Mang. There we go. Dogecoin never to be underestimated. We didn't have bearish divergence, as we said earlier in the episode, so we're probably still looking for some kind of attempt at a high. Just reiterate when we do, because the probability is good. Probability is good right now that we are looking for a rally, maybe a failed rally, maybe even a higher high, but we're looking when that high is put in, do we have bearish divergence? It's going to be an important player. We didn't have it here. We didn't have it on the rally, the recovery. We didn't have bearish divergence at 67.6 cents, and that is why we are looking for another rally. Doesn't necessarily have to pass 67.6 cents or anything. But because we didn't get the sign that we should be looking lower, we're going to keep looking up till we get that signal. I think that's the smart play here. You can see the previous take profit targets created by our Fibonacci tool are being respected. Being respected as support. We're not seeing candle closes below 57.7. See price selling off to that level, testing as support, but not closing below. Really, really locally on the hourly here, we see a bunch of candle closes at this level. That's about 61.1. Might find some resistance there. Could see something like this play out, where it just follows, holds that level for a while, tests that support, builds up positions, I guess, in either direction. I don't really know. But you have bullish divergence on your lows. You don't have bearish divergence on your highs on the smaller time frames, and so things are looking all right. New 4 hour currently looking for a bullish engulfing close above 60 cents. Let's mark that bad boy. There it is. So let's set an alert right here. 62.18. Trading above that level. That consolidation here. Resistance. Trading above that level. Likely the precursor to that either lower high with a higher RSI painting bearish divergence, or a higher high with lower RSI painting bearish divergence as well. If we get neither, and we see 69 cents broken, then we're looking for that sweet 80, 88. I think 88 was the initial one. Oh yeah, the target changed. 84.4, upwards of 89.5. Our original target, I believe, was 90 cents to $1.06. So that did shuffle things around a little bit, but That upside from the high looking roughly 30%, 25 maybe to 35%. But I'm thinking we get a blow off top, man. If we get another leg up, I think it'll be a blow off top. I think we will see potentially these targets get smashed. The farther or the higher it rallies above those measured move targets, the more likely it becomes to be a blow off top. I don't like the upside potential versus the downside risk here. Still don't. We were saying the same thing back here at 30 cents. Nothing has changed. Same scenario. I don't like this song. Actually, I do like this song, but it's too slow. Let's put on Mortals. Mortal. All right, I'll finally read the chat for once in this episode. Let's see who's here. If you're here, like John Malia's here, let's get some hype in the chat, man. If you're here, let me know. I'm reading the chat now. What's up, Strange Magic? One of our patrons, I believe, just by the way he spelled magic, is Kale and Sand. Oh, yeah, one of our patrons. We'll look at one of those, dude. I think we looked at SKL recently, but I want to read the chat for a little bit. What's up, Aaron Rowley, Roof Monkey, Daddy-O? How you doing, man? Looks like our SKL trade's still open. Didn't get stopped. The magic of supports and resistances, man. Yeah, neither did our BTC pair trade. Just barely, though. Hanging on by a prayer. What's up, John Malia? What's up? Tony the Fish. Yeah, boy. How you doing, man? LEFE. Kisses to you. Kisses. Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. How you doing, bro? We haven't had a one-on-one in a while, man. What's going on? Zed Talks. What's Eth doing? I think Eth's looking all right. Eth's looking all right. More macro sense looking all right. Might have some short-term ups and downs as we usually do, but we went through it pretty in-depth. What's up, Dennis? Watching from the Sears Tower. That's dope. You should just scream, watch Tom Crown on YouTube live right now from the Sears Tower. Videotape it. Go viral. Eli, thumbs down because you can't see those beautiful eyes. Brother Eli, man, you've been here for so long. Bro, you do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. You're grandfathered in. Felipe Andrade. What's up, man? Greetings from Brazil. Cheers. Welcome to all our Brazilian fam out there. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe. People out there in Brazil. Chris. Hi. Hi, Chris. What's up? Julie. The wonderful Julie. Learning so much. Really? I'm learning so much too, though, guys. It's hard for me to perceive. I'm always looking at new angles, looking at new devices, new tools, applying them differently. I'm always learning too, so I sometimes kind of lose perspective of what everyone else knows and what makes sense to everyone else. So, but thank you, Julie. Appreciate you. Mohammed, thoughts on SafeMoon? Honestly, guys, I don't know anything about SafeMoon, but it has all the red flags of a scam to me. Forgive me, I might be wrong. I'm not saying it is a scam. I'm saying it has all the red flags that I've seen over and over again through the years of these scam projects. So I'm not an expert. I don't have enough knowledge to make an informed opinion. That's my real answer on SafeMoon. What's up, Tom's Diner? I'm going to go eat there someday. Skate Nate, how you doing? Tony Lucifer, hype. Right on. Right on, Mr. Lucifer. Dennis is high with crown on the Sears Tower. True. Love you, bro. Freaking cherry peeking. Talking about VET. I know you slayed it on VET, dude. Cherry picking. How long ago did you first ask me to look at VET? VET trade's still open. How long ago did we look at VET? Or was that VTHO? No, it was back here. It was back here in like December, wasn't it? At 1.6 cents. Something like that. Slayed. Our simple, I think this was in stream trade filled, not stopped, still in profit. Trading can be this easy. I know, it sounds crazy, right? Trading can be that easy, though. Just look to go long at resistance. Look to close positions at, or look to go long at support. Sorry, not resistance. Wow. Look to close them at resistance. Look to open them at support. Can be that easy. Doesn't win every time, but statistically pretty good. Might have that same bullish kissing. This is on the 12 hour. Yeah, that same bullish kissing going on here with VET. True cool. Joe Bro. Still got my sunglasses. Of course. They're not going anywhere. You got a pair? Right on. You should take a picture of yourself, tag it on social media, and I'll retweet it. Aaron Raleigh, I could use your optimism on Verge. Might be able to take a look at that. Trading Days. You know what, Trading Days? Bro, you have been such a gem. Such a gem. Here's a wrench. We're gonna get you you're joining the hype meisters. That's for sure. Kua, Ban, really nice today. I don't know if I've looked at Ban. I don't know. Have I seen the ETH2 staking thing? Not really. Guys, I thought this was going to happen months ago. Remember they were getting like the deposits and everybody was celebrating, oh, they got all the deposits they need for staking. And then it's like, I don't know when that actually is going live, if you can do it yet. Maybe you can already do it. I don't know. I know exchanges are trying to like front run it. I think that's a weird idea. I don't like it. 93 Alex VDiv TLM 4-hour cup and handle. TLM. That is one of the free coins from Binance Vault, I believe. Maybe we'll take a look at TLM. Not this second. I'm going to load up some charts and things. I need to turn alerts back on. Alerts are reactivated. Activated. I don't know if we're going to take a look at this first, but I know it doesn't have much chart history. Maybe I'm wrong. No, it doesn't. But yeah, that's enough. We'll take a lighthearted look at it. TLM, VET, SKL. What else are we looking at here? Ooh, fur. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm ready. Fur. One of our beautiful peoples out there. I'm going to play that for you. Ninja Boy. XEM ETH. That is a pair I have never looked at. So absolutely we'll add that to the front of the queue. What is this? XEM Zibby. Let's see what has the most history. Ooh, plenty of history on that bad boy. All right. Now you're getting me interested. This only has back to 2018, 2017, right on from Bittrex. Cool.
Thanks, Tom. Long Drestians. I started with 50x. Should I increase it to a 100?
Of course. Rico ripping on me while I'm live here. I mistakenly said long resistance. But Rico, for you, man, yeah. 1000x. Do you remember this, Rico, when leverage started getting popular? Like, I don't know, 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago in crypto. Before that, no one ever even heard of it. And there was some site offering 1000x. I think it was a scam site, like a scam exchange, but I just remember it so clearly, like finding it as a search result and being like, who in the would ever use 1000x, man? That's just, in crypto, it's like a 1 cent movie or liquidated. Back at the time it was. But yes, of course, increase it. Bad trading. Good. You'll be back soon. Right on, Harvey. Now Free is here. Here with love. Ooh, my favorite kind of here. Great to have you. Now Free. Ganja Boy. Smash up the beats, man. Ganja Boy 33. Happy days. Right on. Fox 6698. Check ETH Classic. We've looked... So I did something special today. I hit these buttons. I wasn't lazy. I hit these buttons that make markers on the stream, so I will be able to put up timestamps. By the way, Ethereum Classic is one of those timestamps, so when the stream is over, you'll easily be able to go back and find it, unlike navigating through 4 hours of streaming. Who would ever do that? So fingers crossed that works. Timothy Ordle, I thought they changed the name of Sears Towers. I have no idea. Never been there. Dave Collin 1, hello from Spain. Hola. My Castilian friends. Castilian. Is that the right word? I love that word. I think it's awesome. Love my Spanish fams out there. Tickle Bear, how you doing, man? Tickle Bear. Uh-oh, my chat froze again. Gavin Crown. Gavin Crown. Tom Grown. Tavin Crown. Tom Grom Town. I don't know. Tongue twister. Picklebear, how you doing, brother? Alex, Doge to the moon, sure. Luke. Some TA has been showing dump to 30k, 40k. I'm looking for 51. I don't see the lower targets. What you guys are going to know, or what you guys are going to see here is people stuck in the bear market mentally. And they won't get out. They'll be stuck in there until probably the top. Probably top of the bull market. They'll jump in, get wrecked again, and then spend the next 4 years trying to scare everybody with these crazy downside targets and things. Likely that's where they sold, whatever the number is. You'll notice that if you ask them. Noza, if you guys are shorting Doge, you're going to buy? All right, go ahead. I'm not shorting it. In fact, I think actually everything we've said here so far today, yeah, suggests that we wouldn't be shorting it. Looks like it would have been a successful short at our target here from a few weeks ago. 69 cents. But no, guys, going short on Doge, honestly, is equally as stupid as leverage long it right now. Too much volatility. You're just going to get whacked. Julie Anderson loves the fib tool right on. Same. Keeping it unreal. Tom Diner, keeping it unreal tournament in the UK. Happy Thursday, Joshua Price. Good to have you here. What's up, Alchemist? All caps, Doge posters are the best. True. No end buying it. Okay. Tribe Gems, I think BNB will go much higher. Yeah. See, that's the thing, guys. You're going to ask me about USD values. There's nothing that I can name off the top of my head in crypto that I don't think will go up in USD value through this cycle. Stable coins. That's the only one I can name. Stable coins. Maybe gold pegged coins. Dennis loves the new term, hype divergence. Well, we're always making up our own TA here. We're always crafting new tools. Thoughts on ADA Brucey? We talked about it in the stream. Looks good. Retesting its previous highs. In BTC pair. Tall blonde girl. Having dreams about Doge hitting 90 cents. You can dream bigger than that. Tall blonde girl. You're tall. You can even see higher targets than that. Dream bigger. Dream big. Good to have you here, darling. Can I do Matic Polygon? Market Cipher curving up again. Jay's word on Bitcoin, or I'll throw Market Cipher in on there. Take a look. We have some charts to get into. Just wanted to read the chat. Julia Shout. One of our favorite gals. How you doing? Long at resistance, short at support. Got it, says Gel. That is the... I instantly corrected my error, but I did say something like that accidentally. Brain got a little flipped there. It's a joke, though, so please don't do that, anyone listening out there. But Gel, I feel you. Hey, yes, I just said my opinion on Safe Moon. It has all the red flags of a scam. I don't have enough information about it to make a real opinion. I don't know anything about it in general, other than what I've observed unrelated to the coin has all of the red flags of a scam. Ninja Boy Zemeth, yes, we're going to get to that first. 100% of situations I lost because you did not have enough patience. Learning creators, I wish I could pin that comment to the chat. 100% of situations you lost were because you didn't have the patience. That is the gold. This is the magic bullet in crypto. That's the magic bullet, just patience. Crypto Slow Joe, my brother. Good to see you, man. Tom Crown's a hype. Right on. Hello, our friend from Russia. I can't read your name, but good to have you here. Dave Cohn 1. Verge has been making moves. I've been watching Verge on my own time. It's moving a little... I had recommended it. I'd recommended positions on Verge a few months ago. Didn't move much. Now they're moving. All right. Catching up. Genesis Music, man. OXT about to explode? I'm skeptical, but maybe we'll pull that up too. Let's see. Count Zeppelin, man. How you doing, brother? Really expensive to accumulate right now? Well, yeah. Yeah, that's the moral of the story of crypto. It just only becomes more expensive over time, it seems. Cosmic Optimal. Leverage trader is one of the main reasons Bitcoin's stagnant? Maybe. I will say that I think there's many factors of volatility decreasing over time. Raymond Ann, no, I'm not a fan of Elliott wave theory, at least not applied. At least not applied for trading in cryptocurrency in the market. I'm a fan of what it represents, not really a believer in its predictive ability in the cryptocurrency market. I've seen very talented traders make lots of great trades in stocks and commodities and other markets with Elliott wave. But I've never really seen it, kind of like harmonics. I just don't see it playing out more so than any just random thing in cryptocurrency specifically. Jeff Blanks wants to look at Dash. We got a little queue up, but maybe we will. Let's see. Did I get everybody? Ben, stream is lagging? No. Is it? Yeah, we dropping frames. We dropping frames.
Have you ever did TAR on BTC? D. Also, if you look at total daily, can we consider a bullish?
Mr. Spirit.
At the end of October last year.
Mr. Spirit. Thank you for the 10 euros, my friend. Thank you. Do I ever do T on BTCD? Yeah, dude, we used to do it all the time, but it's hard to chart something that just is red. It's like no bounce yet, no recovery, just red. We had a lot of complex ideas associated with it throughout the last few months. I do have the chart on that chart dump in Patreon. It's up there at the top. Oh, maybe BTC isn't up there at the top, but it should be. I'll make sure to load it if it isn't. But right now, I don't think there's a lot of TA to be done on it. It's just getting wrecked. It's just bleeding. Unfortunately. All right, let's look at the XEM ETH. Let's look at the XEM ETH for Mr. Ninja. Let me take a peek at BTCD or total. We also look at total all the time, constantly, always. XEM ETH at all-time lows. Nem, XEM, I don't know how, Nem. Why is it called Nem and then spelled XEM? I don't know. Bullish divergence on the weekly. This weekly candle touched the lowest price ever. It's still trading at the lowest price ever. Not the lowest RSI ever. Not the lowest MACD ever. We even see waning sell. This is even waning selling momentum. That is how dumpstered this pair got. That's how dumpstered this pair got. It's at its lowest point in price, and it's actually losing selling momentum. That shows in my opinion, an extreme lack or extreme exhaustion of selling. 3 days ago, you could still close with increased selling momentum. You'd have to see a lower price, lower all-time low. But that's showing some exhaustion. Tell you what, Bobby. All right, here is the first upside target I would look for. 0.002. Likely to be resistance. We have a few other levels here shown to us by the monthly. Ooh, this one's even better. By the monthly, 0.0425. Probably up to 0.045. Little range there. 0.00066, 88, and 0.00131 up here at the top. Likely the last resistance, 0.016. Okay. So I do like that. I do like we're seeing some exhaustion there. Your moving averages look like crap on the weekly. That I will say looks like crap. However, price has moved so far away from them that they're going to start becoming magnetic. Price is going to be attracted to these moving averages the farther away it moves. Moving averages are always seeking out price, and price is always seeking out moving averages for whatever reason. I don't know. Here we go. Talking about bullish kissing. Here's some bearish kissing. Right here on this pair. We see the 50 and the 200 dailies. I'm going to get rid of the rest so you can see this clear. Dailies did some bearish kissing here. The 20 was crossing up. The 200 was moving up. They were looking to cross bullishly. Price rejected. Stayed in the, so I was saying above the 20 in the scenario for EGLD. Stayed above the 50. Didn't even test it. So I inverted this so it would be the similar example to the bullish kissing. This is what actually happened. This is bearish kissing. The 50 came up to cross, was rejected, kissed it actually kind of twice, and fell down. So did price, reached a new all-time low. It's a powerful signal, man. On the daily, though, still bullish divergence. On the weekly and the daily, you have bullish divergence in this pair on this low. And you actually have a second. This is a weaker bullish divergence here, as it's a double bottom on RSI with a lower low in price. It's not quite as strong as the other divergences we just identified, but you got divergence everywhere. This pair looks like it wants to snap back in a similar fashion to the way we've seen it when it's below these moving averages. That likely, yeah, dude, that suggests pretty strongly that 0002 target. But we are warning at an all-time low in price, and so this is a knife. This is a knife. You know, when you're in price discovery, you never have any guarantees. Never have any guarantees. There's no supports to look at. Divergences can get faded quickly. Well, we see the 382 retracement level right at our target. That's pretty high confidence, as we typically look for 0.5. The 0.5 overlapping with our 200 daily at 002575, and the 618 all the way up at 0031. Those would be decent upside targets. You may see as high as this. I think the chance of 002, dude, that's 100% gain though, from here is pretty high. It's pretty high, but remember, you're trading Nem and Ethereum. And so this doesn't have anything to do with dollars. You made 2x here on Nem, but Nem may then go down 50% in dollar value. Not guaranteed, I'm just making an example, is you're not locking in dollars, you're locking in coins here, and that isn't related to dollar value, so you may be uncomfortable. I think this chart looks great as soon as it gets off of this low RSI crap. It just needs to kick this trend, and it can be very strong. Very strong. Man, this is brutal. Do you guys see this? Look at that. This would be so hilarious. That would be so hilarious. Oh my god. Interesting, man. I'll say this to wrap it up there, Mr. Ninja Boy. You're at an all-time low in this pair. At an all-time low, if you're going to make a decision whether to buy or sell, buying is probably the right one versus selling. Same thing in the opposite. When you're at an all-time high, selling is probably the choice above buying. There's upside there, man. I've never really looked. I haven't looked at the Nem chart in like a year. ETH chart looks pretty good, but you can chart anything. Charts don't lie. This is looking decent. Looking decent. Are we still dropping frames? When was the last time we dropped frames? We're dropping 6.5% of all frames. That's not good. How's the stream quality? Young Vic 305, what's up, man? Welcome. Thanks for subscribing. You are the chosen one in the episode. Apparently, RNGesus has selected you. Welcome. Good to have you. Great reminder to everyone else who hasn't yet. If you haven't subscribed during the live, please smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, enable notifications. We're on our way to 50,000 subscribers, man. Slowly but surely. Love to have you. We're live here almost every day. And the best way to know when we're live is to get in Discord. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. It should be in the chat. It is free. There is educational resources, 24/7 live streams there, chat, charts, links to anything you might need. Join us.
Airdrop chart, I believe they did in December or January, not that long ago.
Dude, I remember we were talking about that, Rika. Thank you for the 10 euros again. Yeah, we were talking about that. When did that happen? I would guess right here. They airdropped something, but then they didn't. Nobody knew about it. It was really weird. It was a very strangely done airdrop, I'll say. Strangely done. Anyway, yes, Discord link in the chat. Join us. I'm there answering questions from time to time. Last but not least, the patrons. Might as well finish the shill again. I haven't done it in a while. Check out Patreon. If you are sick of losing trades, being emotional, being worried all the time about your trades, come join the Patreon. I'd love to teach you my Bitcoin Zen ways. Daily publishes of trade setups, technical analysis, macro market insights, all kinds of goodies. It's a great value. I don't even know if we have... I think there might be two memberships still left available this month. After that, you have to wait till June. Just how we do it. Check it out. If you're someone who wants to learn to identify their own trades, look at charts, interpret them yourselves, not be dependent on moon and doom, clickbait title videos there to freak you out every day. You want to make real trades. Join the Patreon. All right, chill's over. Moving on, TLM. Gavin, probably feeling pretty good about TLM, as this chart doesn't have enough history really for us to TA. But we can look at it. We can slap some stuff on it, see how it's looking. So 72.69, nice. Since resistance above, we see that here on the 4 hour, broke above it, closed, sold back off below. I bet that this is visible on the daily. No. Daily closed above. Okay, that's actually some progress. So that's some progress. You got a higher daily close at 75.5 cents. Cool. You have a local daily support here. 58.96 cents. We can see yesterday's candle opened there. Today's candle's tested it. Hasn't really made any progress. You have a little trading range here. Fibonacci retracements. See, this is what I don't like. $6. I don't want to use that as a freaking fib extension. I just feel like that's not real. It didn't trade there for any significant time. It was probably like 1 or 2 orders. Let's see. Let's do it this way. 162. 264, and this is actually where it gets strange. So our 2618 extension target using the Fibonacci tool, connecting the candle's daily close, not the wick high, to our wick low in May. The 2618 is virtually exactly that wick high at $5.95. Weird. This chart looks super manufactured to me. That's not really a bad thing, guys. When I say that, it's not like negative, but that's just, it's too clean. What the heck? We may look for an entry, however. May look for an entry. There's really no great values standing out to me. I guess the best practice would be to wait for a 0.5 retrace of your swing low to swing high here. That's about 41.62 cents. No guarantee it will be tested. It's not really a support. It's just a retracement level. Yeah, we're going to run out of things we can do here because we don't have a lot of chart history. 2618, man, pointing to that same value. And 2 measure move back there. Decent target. I would say if you break, what is this daily high here? 87.86 cents. I can see this rather reasonably making a move. Making a move at least to that 162. That'd be an 83% gain from the high. So this isn't even from a low. This is from the high. 200% from the high to 264. Spices. Pretty spicy, man. Pretty spices. Let's see that 595. Maybe a 600 almost percent gain. That's what? Almost a 7x from the high. Wild. The dynamics of this coin, though, being kind of airdropped / free, I don't have super confidence in it. It doesn't mean it can't rally, but it does have a lot of selling pressure with not a lot of buying pressure. Who is buying it? People, you're in the BNB vault on Binance. You're getting it for free. You're not buying it. Who's buying it? You might be selling it, but I don't think you're buying it. So, I don't know. Local support. Let's just do that again quick. Local support. Daily, 59 cents. Resistance, 75.5 cents. trade above 70 or trade above 87 cents, and you're looking at targets in the dollars. That's about all we're going to be able to do with the chart that has, I don't know, 10 candles of history. But happy to look at it. All right. VET for cherry pickings. Yeah, VET is not moving. Though that may mean there's a good entry here. 12-hour MACD rolling over. Daily, wow, just barely recovering the 20, trading below it and above it during today's trading day, closing at 2 hours and 55 minutes. I'd like to see it close above it. Basically, close this candle green. That's it. Daily momentum has been waning with one fake out on the 4th since late April. No divergence on your RSI, not the end of the world. I think VET is unlikely in dollar pair to trade below 12.8 cents for some time. We saw that giant wick, I think it was on the 24th. We saw it across many candles, many charts, and I don't think we've seen any trade lower since. So, interesting play here. I'm going to slap a measured move on this biddy, and we're going to move on. All right. 48 cents is where we were looking. Our 1618 levels right around there, 4 cents below. Our 2 is at 60. I think 48 cents to front run that 50 cent psychological barrier. Great target. We're talking over 100% upside from here. It's just to 50 cents. 60 cents may be the real profit taking level. We may even ignore 50 altogether, but that's going to be a great place, especially if you're in a not so secure or strong position to look to take profit. Weekly bounced 17 cents. Pretty much all is well in my book. No bearish divergence on that high, no bullish divergence on the low, though, unfortunately. Things are looking pretty decent. VET's looking, the VET hype was high. Price went up. Price came back down. The VET hype disappeared. And now it's trading sideways. That reminds me of ADA. Reminds me of ADA. That's why we went long on ADA. Moderation 169. Nice. What year will the bear market start? If we follow what we've seen, 2022. Maybe the end of this year, maybe in December of this year, something like that. No way to know, man. No way to know. That would be essentially saying when is the next all-time high coming? We don't know. But if we follow history, next year. Start of next year, end of this year would be the logical. Let's see. Why are we dropping frames still? Maybe we're good. Crap, I forgot to hit the marker button. Let's take a look at SKL. Let's take a look at SKL here quick. Our trade set up here, looking to go long from support at 1,000 sats in the Bitcoin pair. And from what? Oh, these are both Bitcoin pair. What's happening? Why do I have two trade setups here on the same pair? They're pretty similar too. Basically, Bitcoin pair and SKL here, man, we're looking for this macro pattern. We have a neckline. We have a left shoulder. We have potentially a right shoulder. Now we're just looking for that to play out. We have not just a valid neckline. I inverted this to make it easier to look. We broke the neckline. We have potentially our right shoulder here. Let's flip this again. This is what the chart actually looks like. You don't have bearish divergence on your highs. That's excellent. You don't have bearish divergence on your lows either. This is on the 4 hour. Let's flip to the daily. 20 acting as support. I mean, I just can't see this any other way than an inverse head and shoulders. I don't. You got lefty, head, higher high. Check. Now you're looking to retest it. Preferably break it, back test it, and then just go insane. This is my projection. This is what I'm looking for. I think we can invalidate it if we see a lower shoulder low down here. But you're on top of the 20. Everything's looking all right for now. I like this pattern. I like this candlestick pattern. This is very nice. And this little descending channel, we almost always expect those to break to the upside, high probability. We have the higher shoulder, the higher neckline high. I think it's looking good, man. I don't think there's really too much TA that needs to be done on it. It's either going to follow the inverse head and shoulder, that's why we look to go long on it, or not. You can see we almost got stopped out. So close. Traded back to green. Trading back in the red, but this is 11% stop loss, not too bad. To be honest, if I was trading spot on this, I wouldn't even think about closing it unless we have a deeper left shoulder or a deeper right shoulder move. As long as it's in this descending channel, things are looking pretty good. SKL, last thing I think we should do here is look at our measured move to the upside, which I'm not sure we've done. Maybe we have. That inverse head and shoulder, yeah, we definitely have. That's where this target must have come from. Our 2 Fibonacci extension, 2,000 sats. Our 1618, 1740, just below 1750 sats. Those are big upside targets. Those are solid. Certainly does not mean that's as high as it can go. We can look at all kinds of retracements here. Much bigger, much more macro. And we can see where that throws us up to. You can see these numbers are rather large, 3,300 sats. It's actually not that huge. It's only like a 3x. 4,000 sats. 5,000 sats. We can have some potentially very large upside. We just have to complete this beautiful pattern. Oh, wow. I didn't see this. We're also trading basically back down this trend line. Yeah. So I would say in a few days even, we would probably know if this trend line and I would say this left shoulder look to break. Maybe the pattern's bunk, but I really doubt it. This is a lot of consolidation in the same range. You have a higher high. You have hopefully a higher low. Things are looking good. Might take a while to play out, but I like this. I like this chart. BTC we already looked at. We're looking for $204 basically. 250 extended target. Not a lot to look at here. We talked about it a lot in this episode. You guys can check it out after the stream. There will be timestamps on this bad boy, so you can locate whatever coin we were talking about. I think I missed one or two though, unfortunately. Bitcoin waiting for me to end the stream, I think, is the takeaway here. Waiting for the stream to end, trading sideways. Literally, this is when we start streaming. Has not moved. What's up, everybody? Hype convergence, hype divergence going on right now. And we can see literally that local hourly resistance that we were talking about. 61.4, 61.5 cents in the last candle. We see sellers immediately coming.
Square Q1 Cash App 351 billion revenue 75 mil gross profit margin.
Square. I guess these are all the crypto earnings coming out. Looking good. What are your thoughts, Rico? I got the chat up. You don't need to. I don't need tip. I got the chat up. Did not reload though. I don't know. I don't even know if that's good. 3 billion revenue? 3.5 billion revenue. So 351 million profit would be 10%. So that's what? 2.5% profit versus gross revenue? That seems all right, I guess. I don't really know. Not a stonk, man. Doge just respecting the charts. Did I look at Verge already? Dave Con 1. No, you know what? I'll pull up Verge at some point. Brent entry on XMR BTC. Dude, that seems like one of the hardest coins to enter, man. With the way that's grinding up. It's rough. Mad Potter, what's up, man? Steve S, how you doing? Jeff Blanks, you love this channel? This channel loves you, man. We love you. Aaron wants to look at Voyager. We looked at Voyager recently. How you doing, Matthew D? Matthew? Anybody's Discord broken. Year over year up 140%. Oh, that's pretty good numbers then. I think that's more about growth really, right? Than it is about percent. Mr. R. Martin, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Been a while. Matthew, Discord. Are you talking about Discord itself or the link? Let me see. Did anybody join today? Oh, we got people joining, so the link must be all right. Must be decent. Tahitian boys. Tahitian boys. Tahitian. And the X dash. I guess Matthew didn't hear. It's all good. Let's see. Discord is up. DB, what's up, man? Discord itself. Oh, dude. Matthew, Discord always has problems, man. Always. It's just riddled with problems. Sometimes we won't be able to send, like, pictures or something, or... Alright, 7-7 touched. Backtest. Backtested 4 cents. Dude, Verge for being the biggest S-coin I've ever made a ton of money off of. This thing is growing at a solid pace. Solid pace, man. I've been watching this coin since before 2021. And it's just grinding sideways, making large moves up, grinding, large moves up, grinding, and doing so, hitting every resistance, backtesting every support. Very strong growth here. Very strong growth. Extremely. Just bullish. Bullish. Slowly bullish. Let's see. Our next upside on this baby, though. 10 cent. 10 cent. It's at 6.5 cent. 10 cent. Next target. For the 786 retracement of everything. 31 cents at its all-time high. I say this about everything, nothing specific to Verge. I'm looking for every coin to test their previous all-time high in dollar value. That's not mind-blowing to me. Now a $67 Verge would be mind-blowing to me. Even an $8 Verge. I'll say, you know what? At $10, I'm going to set an alert. At $10. Where did this go? At $10, I will have $1 million worth of Verge. I don't know. It's possible. But I think I have 100,000 of them. They're not worth much. That'll be cool. I don't know. Never say never. I think Verge looks strong, guys. It's looked strong. It's just been trending up. It's following the 50, following the 20. Forgot to timestamp this again. I'm not good at those buttons. Rewind a little bit for Verge. Don't have much else to say about it. It just looks... It's looked the same for months. Nobody's been paying attention to it. It is a huge S-coin. It destroyed people. It destroyed people last bull run. It also increased by over 1,000,000% in the last run. Pretty impressive. Don't have as high hopes for this run. 1,000,000% I don't think is super realistic for it. And that would be bottom to top. So you'd already have missed 6 or 7 of the X's. Let's look for resistance here in the Bitcoin pair. 184 sats, 230 sats. 838. And then the final boss, man. 1569 sats. From when we looked at this last, it was only 100 sats, so pretty close, about 10% up. I believe. Let me make sure it's right. Yes, the 0.5 retrace is a almost 10x, 961 sats. The 618 retrace, almost 1200 sats, 11x in Bitcoin pair. There is crazy upside potential to Verge. Crazy. But this is, oh gosh, this is a coin that has burned so many people. If you want to be in Verge, I really caution you to manage your position size. You don't want half your portfolio in Verge, even if it's going 0.5. Like, if it makes this huge gain and you're pretty confident about it, still think it's a really bad play to get heavily invested. Think of it this way. If you put 1% of your portfolio into Verge and it makes these moves, you've turned 1% to 10%, basically. You've 10x'd it. That's great. Just live with that awesome gain. Only risk 1%. Live with that awesome gain. Then you can sleep well at night. Because I promise you, even if this does make it to these moves, it will not be comfortable. It won't be a fun, comfortable climb. It will be very scary, and there will be lots of panic. It will get volatile fast if it is moving back to those targets. Let's see. Below 76 and 56 sats is monthly support. Not back tested. ADA, sending me alerts. Maybe breaking out again. Let's take a look at ADA here one more time. Pushing up to our high target. Let's go. 3,200 sats, previous high in end of February. Congrats, patrons. I believe it was right about here that we did our post. 31% gain to virtually anyone who bought it on that post. Well done. Could have gone lower, huh? You looked to the support and you've been a smart person. But it's cruising. It's cruising. We already have passed 2,900 sats. That was the daily close. Let's see if there's any surprises that I haven't been watching. Nope, it was the daily and weekly close. You're above it. 3 days and 3 hours for ADA to close above it. Plenty of time to go either way. But I'm still looking for 3,200, if not higher. If not higher. Yeah, we have plenty of resistances here. Plenty of resistances that just want to be hit. They want that liquidity. Plenty. Beautiful pattern. Look at this. Let's invert it because I know you guys can only ever see these when they're inverted. There we are. There we are. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And then you got a perfect back test. This is beautiful. You got a perfect back test of the neckline. Neckline's a little shady, a little sketchy, but the test of it, beautiful. Look at that. That's what that wick out was the other day. Right there. Beautiful. I guess technically you did it twice, not ideal. But no matter how you slice it, this is looking like an inverted head and shoulders on like the daily, weekly plus time scale. Can't beat that. Can't beat it. Ooh. It's over 9,000. Arvid, what's up, my man? Taking what I believe is like the last patron. Is that the last one? We've been limiting our membership. We're moving towards more like of an exclusive group than we are maybe some other content creators you've seen just with mass numbers. You just can't deliver value that way. Can't deliver value to infinite people. It's just not how it works. We're transitioning. It's working. It's working. What else? What else? 424 watching. Thanks for being here, guys. Love you. Love all of you. Every single one. Become 90 for life. Asked for VTHOR. By the way, guys, just as a friendly reminder, requests, not because it matters to me whether I get $5 or $10. Doesn't matter to me. We've moved the request price to $10 simply because at $5, there's too many. It's just not fun to stream. There's too many. Dude, this isn't a good chart. Where's my good chart? Yeah, just too many requests. So, reminder, we do have a $10 minimum on the requests. I know it's stupid. This chart got switched around. Did it? I don't know. Here we are. Oh, we got stopped out on this bad boy. Stopped out on the VTHO trade. Should have been smart. Should have played that down to support, but we didn't. We were a little too greedy. We went with a 5-6 risk to reward. We should have gone with the 3. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Chart still looks good though. Chart still looks very good. You're just consolidating sideways or building support. You see pretty much any selling action that happens gets bought up. Really, VTHO is just going to trend with VET. VET looks good. That's the 2 cent here. VTHO consolidating above 1.55 cents. Wix being bought up, trading sideways, testing 2.1 cents as resistance. Just going to follow VET. VET looks bullish. This will probably be a little more volatile than VET. Not too worried. I think there's more upsides to come here. More upsides to come. No real divergence. You have a little bearish divergence on your highs. Momentum actually not looking great on the daily. Man, while you're in this range, not going to be an edge. Just refer to VET's chart. VET's chart looks good. This could be painting a diamond here. We see by the higher high followed by the lower low. So we had a high, a low, higher high, lower low. It's diamond pattern in the making. So what would we expect? Lower high, higher low. Something like that. Until this breaks its range though, it's just consolidating. Edges with wherever VET goes. I think bullish edge on VET, so there is VTHO in a nutshell. Not a lot else to say about it. Look for that diamond pattern to play out. Bitcoin's starting to make moves. I can sense that I'm running out of streaming energy. So it is making moves, apparently. Retesting 56 to 65. But still nothing has happened. Unfortunately. Let's take a look at Mark Cipher. Higher high on our oscillators. Looking for a low here. Looking for a higher low. Higher low. Might be getting it as our momentum, our blue waves here are looking to pinch. Our VWAP is the only thing not really agreeing with what's going on here. VWAP seeing a lower low despite positive money flow. Unusual, little divergence in the indicators there. Looking for the VWAP to flip back to positive here on the oscillators, rolling over on our momentum oscillators, rolling over. I think there's a good chance of that. As money flow, as a lower low. 56.856, the 50 daily moving average. High probability of returning to that price, regardless of the price action today. What happens there will be very telling. If you see a rejection from the 50 after trading below it, that's a pretty bearish sign. If you can retake it, close above it, then it's neutral, more neutral. What's up, Cherry Pecan? What you saying, dude? Let me read that.
Hey broski, yeesh behind on the stream at work. Yes, ETH VTHO deck. Took to solve the VTHO setup we had from 006 out at 019021. Set me up big grin grateful daily call me hand. 1RQ. Hit the Patreon.
Oh yeah. You slayed it, Cherry Pecan. No wonder you became a patron. No wonder. I'm just kidding. I appreciate you. So let's see. You took 006 to 19. 19 to 21. Let's call it 20. Just a little 250%, a little 50% take, and then it just consolidates. And no wonder. It's great to have you, brother. I'm happy that I was able to provide you that value, man. Glad you slayed it. Which you did. You did. We really slayed this. But that trade's all you, man. Those are your gains, not mine. Congrats. Join the patron, he says. I agree, but I'm biased. I'm biased. 4-hour close below support. Wompity womp. Fractal still going. Interesting. Interesting. A little bit more here. And we may be seeing at least a recovery. We may see at least a recovery bounce. Looks like we have broken the series of lower highs here. I want to see, and this is so close, man. We're talking fractions of a percent. I want to see a slightly higher high here. I don't want to see it reject right below it again. There we go. 15-minute close. First close since we lost 56,262 back above it. Only a few hours later. Go test that. Go back up there. Get on there. Wow, that is interesting. 50 in the 100 15-minute moving averages. That is an ugly cross, man. At 57,000. That wouldn't be a terrible spot to look for a rally if we get here. If we get a rally here. 57.2. 618 retracement. You got a pretty bearish cross going on. Would not surprise me to see this. Probably into close. But rejecting there, not great. This is not a great setup. If you reject there, you built a momentum leg up. And maybe you are looking. Maybe you're looking for that fractal to play out. But if you retake the 50, things get kind of sunshiny again. It's waiting for me to quit streaming. As soon as I turn the stream off, it'll move. What's up, Facade Arena? Is there any confirmed sell signal on the monthly cipher? In monthly market cipher. I've looked back at it. I've looked back at that. There's nothing clear cut. Lower highs on your oscillators, lower lows on your money flow are probably what you want to be looking for. Mr. Rico, I'm reading chat. Nice. Nice eye.
Also, don't worry, brother. I just like to sponsor YouTube. I think the Corona Bitcoins.
Nice.
Cover
nice.
it.
Yeah, true that, man. Like it's there for the 10 years again. But yeah, 4-hour 50. Seemingly acting as support on that 4-hour close, but with almost half of the candle burned here, nothing has happened. Not a super strong response to support. Higher low. With the buying that was seen down closer to the 20 daily, I would assume that we're going to get a relief bounce here. A relief bounce does not mean higher highs, doesn't mean super bullish short term. Really just means from where it started to where we saw that buying, we would expect it to return about halfway. The more that it can push up, the more higher in the retracement it can get, the more bullish it becomes. But our fractal's still saying lower, still saying 51. And so I'm not really super confident in any rally here. I'm not confident in a rally. I'll start getting more confident once they can close above 58.8. And then I'll be very confident in a rally if it can retake 60,500. We're just not there. If you missed the beginning of this episode, you can go back, watch it after the stream. But in this zone, that's actually higher. Where did the other chart go? There we go. In this zone, below the monthly engulfing line of 58.8 and above 51, nothing has happened. literally anything can happen here. It can go back in time maybe for a little bit and then go back forward in time and range higher and lower. None of that would matter. It's all just range bound trading. There's nothing is going to change. We're not going to get another bearish or another bullish signal inside of this range, period.
The coin I expected to do the worst in my port just made me unbelievable gains past week. Etc. is wild and I don't know why.
Etc. is wild. Yeah, my man. I'm not gonna. I'm running out of energy here. I'm not gonna like go over it totally again, but that is one of the timestamps I remembered. At the beginning of this episode, we went in depth as to the reasons, and you guys know I'm not a big reason fan for pumps, but we went into depth of the reasons. I have 3 of them that I attribute to the growth it's seeing. So highly recommend everybody go check that out after the stream, which it probably won't be long. Man. Yeah. Where are we down at? 380 viewing. What was our peak today? Slower day today. Only 600 peak. But we're about half the way from peak. Not a lot's moving. Ethereum catching that support. Doge doing nothing. Litecoin bounced the support. ADA definitely looking here today. 2 hours, 24 minutes. Watch 2,900 sats. Previous daily close on the high. Close above is going to be a great sign. Close below, not a terrible sign, but not quite the same great bullish signal that above would give us. So 2 hours to go. You'll know soon enough. VTHOR nothing. Coin nothing. Nem. This is my favorite chart from today. The Nem ETH. Thank you, Ninja Boy. Still looking ugly, man, but it's going to bounce eventually. TLM being born. VET probably being born. SKL, ETC, boring. ONT, here we are. ONT. This is a nice trade setup I posted. A nice trade setup we posted a while ago. Looking strong here. More room on our side of the upside. All right. All right. Oh, wow. Yeah. No real resistance. No real resistance here on this ONT BTC pair. So we see from the monthly closes, 7,500 sats, likely to be a player in resistance. What else do we have? Well, support down at 1,500. Another monthly resistance level, 9,000, man, 2x. Not a lot of resistance here. We might have a little bit from these candle closes, these monthlies, in 5,600 range. We're not even there. It's pretty much just a void of resistance after backtesting support. ONT BTC looking pretty good. Looking very good, actually. 7,300, 7,500, 5,600. These are some pretty good targets. These are just really to return. You know, I don't expect anything like this.
Hello, like your streams. 0.150000000 ETC.
Brenny with the ETC tip. Dude, people never tip the stuff that's pumping. Usually they tip stuff that isn't, but I appreciate you, my friend. Right on. I appreciate you being here. I'm glad you like the streams. I like them too sometimes. ONT, not looking for this. Well, it isn't impossible to see that. Probably something you reach resistance, backtest this support. Maybe you skip, backtest again, probably under about just 0.001 psychological. I could see something like this playing out. But this is looking for some kind of reversal. I think that it wants this 0.0028. I think it wants it. Just taking the slow run. Pretty good with our targets. All right. All right, all right. Music turned off. Womp, womp. Huh. Litecoin. What else? All right, cool. So we did get the slightly higher high versus the last hourly. Pushed above it. Cool. Closed above. Was supposed to be support. Was broken. Maybe it is support still. 56.4 would be spicy enough. But 57,000 up to 57,200. This is likely going to be the real. This is likely going to be the real hurdle here. This rally, not super strong yet. 57.2, get above there, it'll start looking like it has some legs on it. 0.618, retrace broken. Nice. There we go. Everybody knows Bitcoin's literally waiting for me to end the stream so it can do something. Ooh, we do see RSI under Stotch RSI here. Right. Yep. Pretty much right as this right as it was rejected from support or from resistance. Consolidated. Yeah. Stotch RSI being above regular RSI. Don't really know why, but seemingly is a bullish indicator. Maybe not tradable, but it's always a welcome sight when you're looking for upside. At all times. 30-minute close bullish engulfing. Okay. Above. Huh. Let's see this hourly. Let's see this hourly close above it. I'm just not convinced by the 4 hour. You have lower highs coming in. You have lower lows coming in. Luckily, you don't have higher highs and prices, so you don't have terrible divergence. You don't have like scary divergence here. But it's pretty suggestive that the target we're looking for is still live. Still live. All right, fam. Eduardo, do we believe we have a discount on Ethereum or keep going up and up? Well, markets don't just go up. They move up and down. So no, I don't think it'll just keep going up and up, but it may keep going up for a little bit. Account Zeppelin, dude, could this be our macro high or low? Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It is possible. You look at our support levels. It did close a little bit below in the 4 hour, but depending how that plays out in the rest of the day, yeah, I mean, it's possible. That's why we have these invalidation levels. If we do bounce here and we move above 60,500, that may be it. Maybe done with lows for now. Until we reach that level, though, and at minimum, close daily or something above 58.8, I think we're still just heading for that same target. Defining the values at which you're going to change your plan, highly valuable to trading. Highly valuable. Right on, brother. Well, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to be live again tomorrow. You guys are going to join us. You're going to be here. We're going to have updates. If you haven't, smash the like. Make sure you're subscribed. Definitely get in Discord so you get notifications when we go live. YouTube, always shadow banning us. You'll never find us, like half the time if you're lucky. Discord, you'll always get a notification, so jump in there. I don't even know if we have any more patron slots left for the month, but yeah, check it out for next month, I suppose. It's a good episode. Good episode. Thanks for joining, everybody. I love you all. Appreciate you all. Look for when this video publishes, usually within half an hour after ending the stream. Look for it. You can even just not watch it, just play it. It helps. Just play through it, watch the whole thing. But watch for, I've been using this marker thing I haven't used. I need to set up a better way to do it. But I did mark a bunch of different coins we looked through today. So after it publishes, it may be timestamped and you'll be able to just find instantly each of the coins we went over today. So if you missed any of them, look forward to that. That's a nice little treat. Hopefully this works for us moving forward. Right on, fam. Oh, yeah.